Capital gains, you can buy and flip. So you buy a property that's below market value and then you flip it. Assignments, you can buy it and then you know the market went up, so you assign it to somebody for a higher price. You basically sell your contract. So you buy a property for $1 million, suddenly the market goes up to 1.1, and then you sell the contract to another buyer before the completion. Completion is when you actually pay the seller. Before that completion, let's say you complete in 3 months, but the property went up 100,000 in that 3 months. Before the 3 months is up, you sell your contract to a buyer number 2, who pays you the $100,000 lift, the profit. And buy and flip is very common in a hot market. It's not very common in a normal market, so just be aware of that. We can go into more detail about like the pros and cons and that kind of stuff. And when I sit down with my clients and I go through a consultation, I look at their risk tolerance, and then I see which strategy works for them. So let's go through the buy and flip example. So I'm going to go through the buy and flip example. So this is a true example. This is exactly what it was worth back then. Dunbar House, 33 by 122 foot, 4,026 square foot lot in July of 2015 was worth about 2.1 to 2.2 million. 3 months later, no, 4 months later, same lot, worth 2.6 to 2.7 million. Straight flip. So you complete on the property in 2015. So you buy, let's say you buy in July, and then you put the completion date in August, so that's when you pay the seller, and then you sell it in November. That's a straight flip. You wait until you complete, and then you flip it. Assignment is you tie up the property, so you say, okay, I'll buy it, but you want a completion date in November. But before November, in October, some buyer wants to buy that contract from you, and they want to buy for 2.5 million. Why? Because they think they can flip it for, they think it'll go up, so they think it'll go up 2.6 or whatever. They buy from you for 2.5, you know, so it's win-win. That's called assignment.
Gary, did you
yes.
hear about that house in, like, I think it was on Shaughnessy or
yeah.
Point Grey? It was like this little, really, really little house.
Yeah.
Apparently, just that sold for like $4 million.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
I hear lots of crazy stories. Houses selling for over $1 million, like $1 million over asking, and you know.
And it was like old, like really
yeah.
old, and like.
It's in Shaughnessy though, right?
Shaughnessy.
Totally different.
No, it was in Shaughnessy.
Shaughnessy? Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. Okay, so this 33-foot lot in Dunbar right now, probably worth $3 million. A 33-foot lot on Point Grey Road, at that time, like when I was working with my builder client at that time, it was like a 33-foot lot facing the water, maybe $5 million. Now it's worth like $12 million. So, yeah, size is not, like I said, most expensive street in all of BC, different. Thanks guys for watching my video. Please subscribe and share with your friends. Email me if you have any more questions. Thank you.